Right. I am joined this morning by Vera Entwistle, who's a founder of Camp Quality, and Sandy Hull, who is the chief organiser, chief cook and chief bottle washer. Would that be a fair assumption, Sandy?
Yes, no job is too high or low for the convoy event.
Thank you for joining me on Trucking with Gurmy. I appreciate your time. Wonderful event. This is the 10th year, is that correct?
Yep.
That you've had it here at Geelong, and of course you run events throughout the country. Vera, if I might ask you, what made you start this whole thing?
I had a personal need. My dad committed suicide and left me devastated, and I was feeling of no worth at all and was hunting for something to do that would restore my self-worth.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to read a magazine article about a child with cancer and what happens to the family when a child is diagnosed. And it deeply touched me that this little girl was dealing with her own life-threatening illness. And here I'm an adult, can't deal with my dad's death. And I really just jumped in the deep end. I wanted to set something up to support kids with cancer. And that was 42 years ago.
How did you start that first year?
I jumped in. The first couple of years, to be honest, I wouldn't want to have to repeat because everywhere I went, there was negative. Who wants to be volunteered with children with cancer? After all, you might catch it. That was the theme. In 1983, I was faced with that everywhere. And people would constantly say to me, it's very nice, I'll give you a little donation, but I don't want anything to do with it. So it was tough the first couple of years.
Very hard getting people to put their hands up to actually help, and without help,
well, and making
can't do
it
it.
worse, the very first cancer doctor I spoke to in Sydney, when I told him what I was planning to do, and I had nothing to prove I could do what I was saying, he said to me, you need to find something else to do because kids with cancer in Australia don't need your program, so go find something else. And I left that hospital in tears thinking, here's a man, 24 hours a day he worked with kids with cancer and he can't see the benefit.
Yeah.
And so I wallowed in grief for a couple more days and then went to the Prince of Wales Children's Hospital in Sydney and got the exact opposite response from a doctor there saying, anything that you can do to encourage our children through treatment, we will back you. And we were off. Yeah. So we went to camp the first time. There's 38 children in the very first camp with parents who trusted us when we were nobody. And then you look at today, and the response of the community to the convoy is brilliant.
I know the convoy, I videoed the convoy as the first truck went through the gate, and it was 53 minutes later that the last truck went through the gate. So by the time the first truck should be coming back about now, I would say. So Sandy, you and I have spoken before 2 or 3 years ago. Nice to see you again. You've been involved with Camp Quality for quite some time. A little bit about your background and how you got involved in it, if I may.
Oh look, I was looking for a new challenge during COVID-19, that horrible time, and an opportunity at Camp Quality popped into my inbox, and I haven't looked back. And since that time, I've been overwhelmed by the incredible generosity of our supporters, the communities who support what we do, the kids and families that we get to support. I mean, it's an incredible community, and yeah, I can't imagine leaving.
You must get just so much satisfaction at the end of the day, at the end of a week, at the event.
Your priorities change completely.
I'm sure it does, Vera.
Change in order, they get dropped.
Yeah, what you thought was important is nothing.
And I think days like today, where we can connect the trucking community and their families and their supporters directly with our kids and families, because they're here as part of one of their fun days. You know, when we can bring everyone together, it really creates that magic, and it shows these guys why they've been working hard to raise money, and these people realise that there's a whole community out there who have their backs, who care about them, and who will go with them on their journey, and that's hard.
Yeah, I think from the other aspect, and I know that the truckies that are here today and their families don't look at it this way, but it is a wonderful PR exercise for the trucking industry as a whole to be seen in a different light by the public. Everyone's scared of trucks here. You know, there's this monster coming up beside you on the highway and it's got 2 or 3 trailers behind it, and people just complain about these guys that get you everything that's on your table and on your back, and everything that we see here at the Geelong Convoy for Kids.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you for your time. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing that you do. I wish I was as good a person as you both are.
Well, you come along to support us, so
Well,
thank you.
it's my small way of helping to spread the word. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Enjoy the day.
You too.
Thank you.